Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ailey if you're new. Today's video I'm going to show you, or kind of explain, how to get pretty decent, fluffy-ish, natural-ish looking brows when you really don't have any. I'm going to show you like a before photo of what my brows are like, because these may not be the most fantastic things on the planet on my face right now, but they're a hell of a lot better than what I have naturally. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. Don't forget, like and subscribe, all that jazz, and let's get in it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to recommend, and I know this is a total cop-out because it's like, oh, I thought you were just going to show us how to do it with makeup, but this is like a massive part of this. That's better. I thought like my lips were disappearing into my face there. Don't mind my patch, I have a cold sore. Let's just not talk about it. Okay, so as you can see from the before photo, my eyebrows are like really thin. I mean, I have a lot of brow hair, but they all fall down. They're in kind of weird places. I was a victim of the 90s brow trend that, well, I think it was started before that, but Christina Aguilera definitely talked a lot of us into it with her tiny little pencil thin brows, and lots of them haven't grown back, or like they've grown back and they're all in stupid places and there's like gaps and stuff like that. The difference between having eyebrows and not having eyebrows can be quite drastic. So the first thing I'm going to recommend is go and get a brow lamination. I know, I've said my wee disclaimer. If you don't have brow hairs, I'm going to kind of flash up a couple of before and afters. If you don't have a lot of brow hair, now if you don't have like barely any, this isn't going to help. Microblading is going to be best for you. But if you have really thin brows and you have a brow lamination, immediately your eyebrows are like doubled in thickness, pretty much. Best way to see if a brow lamination will work for you is basically to do the soap brows. Get like a really good brow gel. I really like 24-hour brow setter from Benefit, but it's quite expensive and sometimes it's not quite, like I really have to keep brushing them up until it sets. But if you get like something with a wax or that in it, oh, this isn't even a wax, this is just like brow soap from Revolution, and it was only like a tenner or something like that, but literally you can use normal soap. So this is a soap, and basically you wet it, kind of put the little brush through it, it's like a little teeny toothbrush, and basically brush your brows up vertically. I know it sounds silly and it looks a little bit silly to begin with, but like brush them up completely, as much as you can, like vertical as you can, and you'll see the potential of how thick you can make your brows. Now for some people, they don't need it, they really don't, and it just looks wild, but it can give them the flexibility to do lots of different things with their brows. But like, do that and it gives you an idea, because if you do that and you don't see much of a difference, there's no point in paying to get a brow lamination done, in my opinion. That's a good way to see if you're a good candidate for a brow lamination, and then if you discover that you are, go and get your brow lamination. Wait 24 hours and then you can do all the next steps. So I like the brow lamination as well because I have really hooded eyelids, and brushing them up actually makes them look like they're higher, so I can actually take away some hairs from down here and it actually lifts my brow, because technically the brow isn't up here, it's just the hairs standing up. They have fallen a little because I was putting on eyeshadow, but I can fluff them up and show you just how kind of fluffy they can go. So that gives you an idea. So that's step one. Step two is get something like this. This is the MAC Shape and Shade Brow Tint, and I'm not saying you have to buy this one, but you have to get this. See that tip there? You can see it. It is a brush tip. Kind of like an eyeliner, but with a brush tip. It is not like eyeliner, because I'm going to do it on my hand just to show you. Because that is like the darkest shade you can get. But see how it's kind of semi-transparent? I don't know if that comes across on camera. It means that it's not block coloured, because to do the light hair stroke effects, and I'm going to put up on the screen me doing it to show you. Basically what you want to do is create brow hairs. Now, I don't know, I mean, I know people can do it with like brushes. I've bought every brush on the market, I think. So this is the closest one I found to be able to doing it, and it's the Morphe M160 1/16th, and it is super duper thin. But even looking at how thin that is, it's not as thin as my brow hair. The tip of this pen is just about as thick as a brow hair. So if you think about it, you can get little hair strokes with the pencil, but here there's not much in it, but these are just thicker and they're not as easy to control. So if you have bushier eyebrows, by all means. I think that Ka-Brow is one of my favourites, and when I want like a really solid looking brow, Ka-Brow is my favourite to use. I do like their little brush as well, but to be honest, that one is just better. So when I want that kind of a brow, that's my go-to is Ka-Brow or the Revolution one. But when I want hair strokes, this is my go-to. And to be honest, it's the colour as well. Their shades are really good. I'm pretty sure that Urban Decay do one of these. More and more people will come out with these. It's got the little dabber on the end as well, so if you've got one bit that's like really needing some help, you can sort of go in and dab it like that, and it just, you know, thickens it out a little bit. So you've got like the stuff in there and it goes in and just presses against it. But basically, like you see me doing in the demonstration, you're just doing brow hairs. So I have a little bit, I'm just trying to think actually, up in here. And it is still a little bit sparse. So this bit over here is full, over here not so much. So I take this and I just flick it up the ways. That one got caught in a brow hair. So I just, and it just creates, looks like there's hairs there, and I haven't found anything that I can use that makes it look like hairs, because like my brows aren't crazy thick, they're not blocky, but they don't look like insanely like they've been filled in, like they don't look crazy. But that is kind of like the biggest thing that I would say, even if you don't need the lamination, if you've got like a little bald bit and you fill it in with powder, or you know, whatever other products you've got like pomade and that, it can just look out of place, it looks too blocky. Whereas this, you can put a couple of little brow hairs in it and Bob's your uncle. It is like brow lamination, it's like microblading in a pencil, but you can wipe it off. And it's water resistant, so, or I mean, I think most of them, all of them, if not all of them, are water resistant as well. And if you want a little bit more after you've done that, like these are quite natural looking, you can take a coloured brow gel. This is just the Benefit one. You can see I've been using this for a long time, and you can just run that through. I've waited too long, and now I can't actually get the brush through it, but you can run that through as well, and then that'll just fill them and fluff them out a little bit. And that's pretty much it. There isn't an awful lot to it, but if you don't know that these things exist, it can, you know, it can seem like a total nightmare to try. I mean, I have endless amounts of brow products. I even got this Wonder Brow because everybody said that it was the most amazing thing since sliced bread, and that it was, you know, it would totally change your brow game. It was rubbish. It really didn't work at all. I mean, I liked it a little bit, but then when I tried other products, pretty sure this needs to go in the bin. When I tried other products, I was like, yeah, that really is not good. The thing that I liked about the Wonder Brow was the fact that, again, it's like semi-transparent. And I think that's key. So if anything is going to work, it needs to not be like an eyeliner. It needs to not be a solid colour, because it looks too fake. I think, I mean, obviously your eyebrows are solid colours, but they're so thin that it just works better with something that's just a little bit less opaque. So that is pretty much it. I hope that this was helpful to you. If you want to know more about brow lamination, I can do a video on it, because I'm pretty sure you can get at-home kits now. So I hope this was helpful and showed you some products and some treatments that you've maybe not seen before. If you enjoyed this video, obviously I would love if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video.